I'm out at Heritage Harbour down in Bradenton, Florida today. Had a lot of nice reviews online. Kind of looking forward to playing here. Don't do that. One of the other highlights I would say about Heritage Harbour that I could find online so far was their food. So I'm definitely looking forward to wrapping up the round with some nice food. Looking at their menu online, looks like they have a ton of options, so it might be kind of hard to like narrow it down to one little thing. The hot honey chicken sandwich will be coming out soon, but I just got the buffalo wings here. I'll show you kind of what that looks like. It's nice. So far, I'm just out here on the driving range, checking it out. Chipping area. I got the practice putting green behind me here. Facilities look pretty nice. Really friendly staff so far. The pro shop was, I guess, transitioning from, I guess they have a supplier of all their stuff, and now they're probably taking it on themselves. So they weren't really interested in letting me film inside the pro shop for whatever reason. No big deal. Looks like they had a ton of, normal stuff that you might see at a pro shop. Gloves, balls, apparel, had some bags for sale, looked like. It's well appointed, kind of pro shop. Nothing crazy yet that I've seen. But the drive-in's really nice. It's really conveniently located right off of I-75 in Bradenton. So if you do head down this way, it's only like maybe 2 miles off the interstate. I like that. It's convenient to get back on the interstate, head back north where I'm from. But I'm kind of impressed with Bradenton so far. Bradenton, Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch area has been nothing but great courses so far. Club I want to use yet. Oh, not hard enough. Damn it. Of course. Keep leaking out right. Yeah, just aim left, I guess. That was a good call. Hit it straight. What's the right distance? Let's see. Don't do that. over the top on that one. Straight. Yeah, right? It's a little better. Hey. We're about to wrap up the round here at Heritage Harbour. It's been a pretty great round. The greens are in great shape. Fairways pretty good shape. There's a couple, spots that are disked up a little bit. The rough is a little rough in some spots, but all in all, going pretty well. So just finished my round here at Heritage Harbour. It's a hot one, but I thoroughly enjoyed my round. I got to play with a pretty good partner here named Derek. Good guy, good golfer. Ultimately played well. I think the greens were probably the best part of the course. The fairway was a little chewed up in some disked in some areas. The fairways were overall pretty good, but some of the fairways were disked here and there. The roughs were kind of rough shape in some areas and disked, but stay out of the rough. It was probably the best game plan there. The greens, fantastic. I can't speak highly enough about the greens. The greens were perfect. I just got to the 19th hole. I will tell you, they have a nice little thing in the pro shop. When you pay for your round, they give you a free drink card. So gonna try a little Yingling here. It's hot as shit outside, so it's a nice little perk that they give you a free drink, whether it's a cold beer. I think you get cold beer, you get a wine, or you can get a fountain drink, obviously probably if you're under 21. But yeah, nice little perk to get a free beer after the round. I chose Yingling. It's one of my kind of go-tos. If you're gonna have a draft beer, I think it's a great beer. It's brewed locally here in Tampa. Next thing I heard was the food here at the 19th hole. It's called the Lighthouse Pizza and Grill. I heard it's pretty good. Kind of show you what the menu looks like here. If you can get a view of that, let's see. What you're looking for. And then the back side, a little bit more here. I haven't talked to a waitress yet to see what they might recommend. It all looks pretty good. I'm kind of sicking towards chicken. I see a hot honey chicken sandwich. That looks good. I heard the wings were pretty good too. Maybe we'll get a little bit of both. We'll see. Maybe a burger too. They have a grilled Angus sliders. Sounds pretty good. So, but back to the course. I got to say that I was pretty impressed. I didn't pay a lot of money to play here. I paid, I think, $30 on a Golf Now kind of deal, which I think is pretty good value for this course. This course was in pretty great shape. The greens were in pretty good shape. The tee boxes probably 50-50 if they were going to be kind of full of weeds or eaten up. I'm surprised they didn't move them. Some of the tee boxes where they were, the tees were, probably could have been moved like 5 or 10 yards and have been in a lot better shape. So I'm kind of confused why they did that. Course is a little confusing too. There's no turn. Essentially at 9 you go right to 10. There's no break. There's no, snack bar. There's essentially no restroom. There's nothing. It's just kind of you go from 9 to 10. It's a little disappointing that they didn't get a chance to get a snack. So maybe we'll do, like I said, we'll do some a small order of wings and an actual sandwich so we can kind of try two things here. The hot honey chicken sandwich will be coming out soon, but I just got the buffalo wings here. I'll show you kind of what that looks like. It's nice. Got a recommendation from my playing partner and said I got to try the wings, so I'm gonna give them a shot here in a second. Probably gonna burn my mouth. Were they spicy buffalo? No, okay, regular buffalo. All right. Like
Frank's.
I'll give you a nice little shot of this. It's good. It's like a traditional buffalo, a little spice, but not over the top at all. Nice amount of meat on the bone. See how much meat's on there. Not one of those like little skinny chicken wings that kind of suck and, you know, leaving you wanting for more. It's a nice little, all of them actually look pretty fat. Not fatty, but like fat and meat wise. I know, yeah. They are a little, usually my fingers are just like covered, but it's all right. It adds to the experience. I'm gonna try a little ranch here. Not everyone's favorite, but I don't mind some ranch on my wings. That's a good combination right there, actually. I like that. The ranch adds a little bit more to it for me. I like it. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay. Yeah. Definitely, if you get these buffalo wings, get the ranch. Kind of kicks it up a notch for me, at least.
Like a puddle.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna just give them some credit here. We got another order of 6 wings, and they were not nearly as wet as you can see here.
Good recovery.
Much better. I don't know if they heard us talking about it, but those wings look a lot better than the last 6. So we'll give these a shot and see how they go. They look just as good though. All right, so I just got my hot honey chicken sandwich and my sweet potato fries. Looks pretty good. Big portion of chicken. I could have gotten it like blackened, fried, or grilled. I chose fried. You know, that's not probably the healthiest option, but also I think it's going to probably be the tastiest. And if you know me, I eat pretty healthy the majority of the time, but I also live by the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time I'm pretty strict, 20% of the time I have fun and enjoy myself. This is the 20% of the time I'm enjoying myself. So here's the meal I just got delivered. As you can see, we got some sweet potato fries, our hot honey chicken. Looks like it just has some lettuce, tomato, and some pickles. And it's not drowning like it was in our chicken wings. So let me give it a little taste test here, let you know how it tastes. Not bad. Here's the look of it. Looks pretty good. It's not drowning in the buffalo sauce, the hot honey sauce, but it looks pretty good. I'm getting kind of excited for this. Very juicy. It's cooked very well, not dry at all. The hot honey is slightly there. I can taste just a slight spiciness to it. I actually think the chicken wings might be a little more spicy than the hot honey sandwich. It's not the same sauce. It definitely tastes like a different sauce. It's a little sweet, but I'm kind of impressed. The chicken actually is not as dry as maybe you might have imagined it would be. Let's have a little bite here. I got a little bit of the tomato and pickle in that one. That really kind of like picked it up a notch for me. The little, you know, kind of vinegariness of the pickle with the hot honey chicken. Definitely hitting the spot. Gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. I was kind of expecting maybe more of a dry kind of chicken sandwich, but it turned out to be pretty well cooked with a lot of flavor. I'll try one of the French fries here now. I asked for crispy French fries. We'll see how it is. Yeah, crispy, nice. And it's just I'd say kind of standard sweet potato fry, you know, kind of regular, just cut. Probably use a little more seasoning, maybe some salt on it. They're not really seasoned at all, but tastes pretty good. All right, so I'm back home. I was playing Heritage Harbour today out in Bradenton. Had a pretty good time there. The course was in pretty good shape for the most part. I really felt good about the greens there. The tee boxes kind of hit and miss. You could probably have moved the tees up or back a little bit and probably had maybe a better overall experience in the tee boxes. Fairways were fairly great shape at the moment. It looked like they may have disked some areas just to maybe get some more moisture in the ground. It wasn't everywhere. It was just maybe like parts of the fairways, not a majority of the fairways, just parts of it. Outside of that, the rough was in kind of bad shape in a lot of areas. It looked like they were working on it. So if you had a kind of an errant shot into the rough, you might have been in some mud or some dirt. You might want to kick it left or right to kind of find some grass. Didn't necessarily like that part, but you know, it is what it is. I paid with Golf Now like $30 to play the round. For that kind of price and the type of course it was, I think it's a great value. The greens, I think, which I like to maybe focus on the greens a little bit more and the fairways a little bit more than the other parts of the course. The greens were in fantastic shape. So I would give them a kind of a high rating for their greens. Fairways above average, and the rough was kind of mediocre, maybe poor. Tee box is probably 50-50. The food was overall really good, man. I would say the service was great. I think Kinsey was our waitress. She kind of gave a recommendation of the hot honey chicken sandwich, which I was kind of already eyeing anyways. It looked pretty good. It was pretty good. Buffalo wings were good. The first order was a little more wet, like a lot of sauce. The second order, probably just the right amount, like not much sauce overall, but enough to like kind of coat the wings. Good flavor on the wings, traditional buffalo kind of flavor, but yeah, pretty good. Not overly spicy. You could enjoy it. A lot of meat on the bones, which that goes a long way, especially when you're paying almost $2 for a wing. You kind of want not a dinky wing. You want kind of a nice wing here and there. The chicken sandwich, pretty good, pretty juicy, pretty flavorful. I could taste the hot honey slightly. It wasn't overall, too hot honey, which you kind of, maybe think about hot honey. You kind of know what you're, maybe in your mind what hot honey might taste like. It wasn't over the top. I probably could have maybe had a little bit more flavor in that aspect of it. But I'll give it to them. The chicken was cooked well, and the sweet potato fries were, well done, just like I liked them, a little more crispy. The overall experience, if you're trying to compare it to other places, it was kind of middle of the road. If you were maybe, comparing it for just value, it's pretty good value. There was some odd kind of setups, I would say. There was no turn from 9 to 10. And ultimately, there's a couple holes you had to like drive from, like, I can't remember all the holes that you had to like drive, maybe like an eighth of a mile from one green to the next tee box. It was a little odd. I guess I don't know if they're like shaping the course or something. It just seemed a little off-putting. It didn't seem like to make the round kind of move well, even though we played the round in about 3.5 hours. It wasn't really bogged down until like maybe the last 4 holes that we kind of caught up to some people, and that kind of slowed us down. But I got to say, overall, had a really good experience. If you are in the Bradenton, Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch area, it's conveniently located right off the interstate. I would absolutely give it a try. For $30 on a Golf Now deal. I think my tee time was like 10:23. They got me off early because there was some openings ahead of us. So I teed off right around 10, maybe 10:08, and again, I was done before around 1:30. So I kind of played a quick round. Pace of play was not an issue. There wasn't a lot of maybe bathrooms on the course, and I don't know. Overall, pretty good value for that type of course. I would definitely recommend if you wanted to spend, $30, maybe $40, depending on what kind of deal you get the day you play. I would definitely give it a shot.